and welcome to the Festival of Fright virtual scare-a-thon. We're kicking off this spectacular evening with a murder mystery at Madame Tussauds. So before we get to solving this mystery, let's take care of a couple of logistics. If you have any questions for our presenters, you can submit them through the Q&A box in the lower section of the Zoom window. This is a Zoom webinar, so your camera will not be on, but of course we encourage you to use the chat to send in your comments and to help us solve this mystery. If you do find you have any technical difficulties, you can use the chat to send a message to just all panelists. And if you're having trouble with audio, you can just leave and then rejoin again, and that's often an easy fix. So this presentation will be recorded, and we're going to be sending the recording to all registrants in the coming weeks. So without any further ado, let's get detectiving. Orkida, please take it away.
Madame Tussauds.
Oh, it looks like you might be on mute.
Mute. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay, so again, hello everyone and welcome to Madame Tussauds Berlin. My name is Orkide, and during the day, I'm the marketing manager of Madame Tussauds. And in the evening, I'm a superintendent.
And I'm Lisa, I'm also working in marketing, and tonight I'm your special agent.
We're so happy to be part of the Tiqets event Festival of Fright. And tonight we're going to solve a murder that happened at Madame Tussauds Berlin, right in our Tatort area together. We're all going to be detectives in this case, so we really need your help to solve this murder. And Lisa and I will be your hosts tonight. So, first of all, do you watch any crime series? And if yes, which one?
Yes, we do. There are lots of people who enjoy crime shows. Let's
and
see,
which
what does
one
everyone
is your
enjoy
favorite?
watching? Broadchurch, Criminal Minds from Nicoletta, Agatha Christie is a favorite as well. The Killing, oh, some great recommendations, everyone. CSI is in there as well.
Great.
Another Criminal Minds, we've got some Criminal Minds fans in our audience. Hannibal, Murdoch's Mysteries, all the CSI. Excellent answers, everyone. Okay,
so the next question is, do you know Tatort, which is also a criminal series?
Who in our audience knows Tatort? Yes, a couple of people know. Daphne says, of course she knows. We've got a few people who don't know though, so you may need to add some context.
Yes, Lisa, my fellow detective, please can you describe us what is Tatort?
Okay, so for those who don't know what Tatort is one of the most famous German TV crime shows. So first of all, follow us to the information board about Tatort. The show first aired in the 70s, so it's quite a while ago. And you can say it's like a German version of the CSI shows that you might all watch. I don't know, I haven't seen the comments, but I think so. And since the 70s, the show has gained much of popularity and it has a huge fan base. That is also why we decided to dedicate this whole area to Tatort. And just a question for you, what do you think is the most common cause of death?
What does our audience think? The most common cause of death? Oh, they're not sure. Murder, marriage, poison.
Marriage. Yes.
Wrong.
And then we've got a few other: poison, being strangled, suicide, murder for sure. Yeah, so tell us more.
So what's the most common answer?
It looks like murder and a couple of ways that you can be murdered.
And how about the reason of murder? What's the most common one? How do people get killed?
Passion, jealousy, going crazy, being betrayed by love. Revenge is another popular answer. And money as well.
So for everyone that said being shot, that's correct. Being shot is the most common reason. After that, it's slaughtered and then strangled. So all not really nice.
Is that surprising for you?
It's surprising for me. What does the audience think? Are you surprised? Some of you got that right, though. We've got a few, some people are surprised, some people are quite surprised to hear that. And one person has said
Okay.
that makes sense.
That makes sense. Okay, great. So let's start, I would say. Before we start our crime scene at the Schwansee Psychiatric Clinic, we are here at next to our Charlotte Lindholm, who is the superintendent in the Tatort Göttingen, for everyone who don't know her. And she is welcoming us to the crime scene and hands me over the investigation file that I need to have some clues to solve this murder.
So how the game works tonight, we need to solve the cause of death of Mona Lux. We're gonna see her in a second. It's a tragic case that was committed at the Schwansee Psychiatric Clinic. Mona Lux was murdered, and we need to find out as a team what happened to her, why she got killed. It seems to be a really complicated case, so we need your help. So everything that you see are like hints or clues, questions, suggestions that might help us solving the case. You can kind of just type it in the comments, and we're gonna discuss it together and hopefully solve the problem.
So, as I said before, we really need your help to solve this murder. And let's go to the crime scene now and see what we find. So, we're now at the crime scene, and Detective Frank Thiel has already saved all the evidences that we can have or that we can investigate. And we can see also the victim is still lying here. So let's go over to the victim. But my fellow detectives, what do you think? Before I enter a crime scene or before I touch anything, what should I do?
What do we think we should do before we approach a crime scene, everyone? Take a picture, wear gloves, check the body position. A lot of people are saying put gloves on.
That is absolutely correct. We have to put on our gloves now.
Why do you think we need to put on gloves?
So some people have said to wear, not to contaminate the crime scene. Fingerprints is another suggestion.
Yes, of course, we don't want to leave our DNA or our fingerprints anywhere on any kind of evidence. So it's crucial to put on gloves. Okay, so Lisa, tell me, what do we know about the victim?
Mona Lux was a young and really attractive woman. She is a patient in this clinic for like 2 weeks, so not really long. That is also why there was not much information about her. And really mysteriously, she doesn't have many contacts, not many friends, and also no relatives at all, which is kind of weird as a young woman, don't you think?
Okay, some of our audience, I
And
don't think they
one
caught
thing
all of
that
that.
makes her really stand out is she has a star tattoo.
Can you repeat, please, what you just said?
Mona was a really young and really attractive woman. She is a patient of this clinic for like 2 weeks. That's not really long. And that is also why there was not much information about her. And because she's just been here for like a couple of weeks, she really don't have any contacts, really no friends, and also no relatives at all, which is kind of weird for like a young woman. The one thing that made her really stand out is she has a star sign on her right wrist. What? Oh, a star tattoo on her right wrist.
Okay, so here, let's see what kind of evidences we have. Let's go to number 1. So I will pick it up because I wear my gloves. And here, my fellow detectives, you can see lipstick is on the glass. Could this be the victim's lipstick? What do you think?
What do we think, audience? Oh, there's a question. Was she drugged? Was the drink poisoned? Maybe.
Maybe this could be also why the glass is even here. What do you think?
Yeah, there's a good question asking if it is her lipstick. Do we know it was her lipstick for sure? Is she wearing lipstick still? That's one of the questions that we've got from our audience.
The lipstick is washed off because she was obviously found in the pool, so we don't know.
Oh, so
what shall we do?
If it was her lipstick. Interesting.
No.
Okay.
So it's also empty. Maybe was there something in it? What do you think? If there is lipstick on here?
So what do we think? Oh, someone has suggested that we'll need to DNA test the lipstick to see if it matches the victim. The glass
a good
wasn't
point,
broken.
and-
Could it have been set up that way? Does the glass smell like anything? Do we have any clues like that?
It doesn't make much,
Much of a difference.
doesn't smell, no.
A lot of our audience guessed that there might have been something in the glass, but we're not sure if the glass was placed there on purpose. So a little bit of...
Okay, so we think, we don't know why the glass is actually here, but if I sum up everything, we have to investigate further. So that's good that we already took a DNA test, thank you, and send it to the laboratory, which we will check out later.
So the second evidence we have is a weight. It's really heavy, so I can't really lift it up. Oh my God.
So a heavy
what do you
weight.
think? Why is that next to a pool and next to Mona? I mean, I don't work out next to a pool with weights. I don't know.
Any ideas?
Yeah.
Do you think
do we
why?
think?
Why?
Oh, so our audience has said, was she maybe drowned? Was it to
kilos.
keep the body underwater?
Maybe she could have been drowned. That's a good point.
Yeah, a lot of suggestions that it's been used to weigh the body down. A water workout is one suggestion. Do we have any fingerprints or a sign of struggle?
So
and a very
the
good
third,
question, how deep is the pool? Do we know that?
yes, it is a couple of meters, so she couldn't really stay in the pool.
Interesting. Great question.
And here the third evidence is the bathrobe belt. Do we see any bathrobes in here? Because a belt is really weird, isn't it?
So we have a bathrobe belt, but no bathrobe. What should we check with that?
And
we should also
obviously-
check to see if her lungs are filled with water. She might have, so if so, she
That's a
did drown,
good
or she
point.
might have been dead before. Very good comment from
We should check the
Julia.
water in her lungs. That's a good
Oh, okay.
point. And let's check the body if there are any wounds or anything that could show us maybe that she had to fight with someone.
We've got a comment from Ria Singh saying that there's no strangulation mark.
Yes,
You should
there's
also
no
check the belt for
strangulation mark.
skin cells. Very interesting from Silvana.
Yes, the fingers. Let's
Yes.
see.
Is there any debris under the nails?
Doesn't look like it.
Very suspicious.
It's really suspicious. And there is no blood that I can see. Can you see any blood?
Does anyone see any blood? I don't see any. Nope.
Okay, so now that we investigated all these evidences that we found right at the body, we have a look on the body. Now, my fellow detectives, what do you say? What should we do now? Should we maybe
Detectives,
take a
what do we
further look?
think? So we've had another look around. Some of our audience members think it looks like it might be staged by the killer. One person has suggested that we go to do an autopsy. Is there something else we can look for?
An autopsy, that's definitely something that we need to do. That's correct. But
what about the glass, audience? Should we go and see if there's anything? There we go. Take the glass as evidence.
We will take the glass as evidence. Lisa, please, can you bring it to the forensics laboratory?
Of course, thank you.
All right, everyone. It looks like we're going over to the forensics laboratory.
Maybe we should take a look on the whole crime scene again, and maybe we can find more hints.
Does anyone see anything
Detectives,
else?
where shall we look? What do you think?
What is that on the wall behind you, Orkita? Someone has said, is there a medicine cabinet open? Are there any missing medicines?
That is a good point. Let's have a look on the medical cabinet and see if we have anything missing.
Okay, just
so
in
detectives,
case...
can you see properly? Let's zoom in.
So there are our medicines.
You need to help us, please. Like, is there anything like obviously missing, or is there anything kind of weird about it? Do you know any of these substances?
Some people have said that it looks, was it already open? We should check the medicine list. Let's check the medicine list. So this is our medicine list, everyone. Orkida, do you want to read out the medicine that we've got there? Is there anything we're missing, audience members?
Let's have a look, everyone. So we have on the medicine list, Johanniskraut Trockenextrakt. So let's see if we can find it in here.
Oh, someone has said they don't see the oxycodone.
Oxycodone. Yeah, let's have a look if oxycodone is missing.
It should be in a cabinet available to her, according to one of our audience members.
Oh my God, that is really good. It's missing in here, seems like it.
Does anyone know what
oxycodone
does?
To
or what
Laurie
kind of
Fulton. Yes, does anyone know what oxycodone does? So someone has said it's a painkiller. One person has said that it makes you drowsy. It can be used as a sedative. Someone has said that it makes you a bit disoriented. It can be like morphine. Also, another comment about it being a sedative. Are we right, Orkida?
Could be, yes. Oxycodone is a sedative. That's absolutely right. You guys are specialists. I'm happy that you help us today.
I'm very impressed.
Okay, okay, so what we have done so far, let's sum it up before we get lost. We found the dead body of Mona Lux. Obviously, she was found in the pool, so we still don't know if she drowned or not because we haven't had a look on her lungs or on the autopsy. We found several evidences like a glass with probably her lipstick on it. And also we found out that oxycodone is missing in the medical cabinet. So this is actually what we found so far, right? Or do you know anything else do you have any further comments?
Yes, can anyone remember any extra details? Is there anything that we're missing? One person has mentioned that we didn't see any keys. I don't know if that can help us solve anything. Nicholas pointed out that there was no sign of a struggle. Very good point.
That's a very good point.
We also have to remember the weight and the belts, that was found to her as well.
Yes. So what do you think the weights and the belts could be there for? Why would they have been used?
Yes, let's see what people think. So what do we think the weight and the belt were used for, everyone? To trick us into how she died. Someone has said we should check the bathrobe to see if the belt was hers. To keep her underwater is one comment. I think that's an interesting point. Another person has suggested to keep her underwater. One person still thinks it's a creative workout. Gone wrong.
A creative workout? Maybe, we don't know yet.
And then Trina has said that she might have been drugged. So this is what we're thinking at the moment, it looks like.
Okay, so we have detectives that say she has been drugged. We have detectives that say she has been forced to drown. We know that oxycodone is missing and we have something to do with a pool, but we don't know further details yet. So what shall we do now?
What do we think, everyone? Should we mentioned that we wanted to check if there was any water in the lungs.
And where do you do that?
Some people have suggested an autopsy. So shall we go to lab results? We need some lab results.
Exactly. So now that we have explored the crime scene and the dead body, now we're going to the forensics laboratory and let's go over. Okay, the dead body has already been brought to the laboratory for the autopsy. And Professor Dr. Börne, for everyone who don't know him, he is a very famous forensics physician at Tatort. And he already examined the dead body. He did an autopsy for us. He's examining right now her watch that we found. And let's head over to the monitor where we can see all the relevant results that the doctor already found out for us. Okay, so As I just mentioned, we found the watch of the dead body of Mona Lux, and it stopped at 4 o'clock. So we're assuming her death time being at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Interesting.
Because the watch is not waterproof. Okay,
yes, so
Lisa,
we have a few detectives who agree with that assessment.
That's good. Lisa, so you mentioned something about a tattoo.
Yeah, we can see here that she has it on her wrist. The star one I mentioned before. We also have here again the weight and the belt, which was where the belt was around her foot, and the crime scene was at the swimming pool at the clinic.
Okay, now what is really interesting, we have analysis the water glass, and we could see the DNA evidence on the of the victim was found on the glass. So what's proving this?
So we know that it was her glass. Does that sound
Exactly.
right, audience? What do you think? So we don't need to check the lipstick anymore. DNA, it's her lipstick. A couple of people think she definitely was drugged, that she drank from or touched the glass.
Okay, in order to find out if she has been drugged, what do we need to do?
What do we think, audience? What do we need to do to figure out whether or not she was drugged? So we have a lot of answers coming in. Was there oxycodone remains in the glass? Do we need to do a blood test, a toxicology report, perhaps? What do you
Exactly.
think, Detective Orkida?
That's absolutely right. We had a look on her blood, and here you can see the toxicological report. And this is a really important fact. We could see how high the oxycodone level was in her blood. So what could we say after this stage now? What could have happened?
What do we think, everyone? If she had a high level of oxycodone in her blood, she was definitely drugged. Her drink was drugged, yes. Some people say she might have fainted if she had that amount of oxycodone in her blood. And I think a lot of our fellow detectives think that she definitely was poisoned.
Yes, but what could be her reason for death? Let's have a look on her lungs. The X-ray report shows what does it show us? Does everyone know what this means?
Any guesses from our audience? Is there water in the lungs? We have a question from J. Louis.
Yes, you can see there was water found in her lungs.
So what do we think this means, audience? Sorry, fellow detectives. So it seems that she drowned. This is what a lot of our fellow detectives think. What do you think, Detective Orkida?
Yeah, so let's go to Mona Lux and sum up what we think, what could have happened. When we go to the laboratory, what should we do? What do you think? We have on already our gloves.
What do we think, everyone? We're now in the laboratory. What do we need? Lab coat. Very excellent, Amanda. Real quick to the draw as well.
Great, you mentioned we have them.
So let's put them on. Okay. Just 1 second. We have some technical difficulties.
Not to worry.
Okay. So now, Lisa, what do you think? What's our result now?
So you did really great work, and you combined, I think, everything already. So we can say she drank the oxycodone, and that made her lose consciousness, or get consciousness. Then she got pushed into the pool while she was still alive, and that's why the water was in her lungs still.
So what
this
do we
was
think?
actually.
Oh.
But normally, when you are pushed into the pool, you shouldn't go to the ground. What could have happened that she was on the ground and her lungs kept filling with water? What could have helped here?
Our
what do you
fellow
think?
detectives have worked it out. It looks like they all think it was the weight that helped to keep her down.
That's excellent. Well, my fellow detectives, thank you so much for your help tonight. Without your help, we couldn't solve this murder mystery. And yeah, we are here at the Madame Tussauds Berlin. And we also have not only our great Tatort area, but we have also a lot of interactive, famous fun that you can explore here at Madame Tussauds Berlin. And for more information, you can visit our website, madametussauds.com/Berlin, or you can also find us on our social media, Instagram or Facebook under
Tussauds Berlin.
Yes, and here we would like also to thank Tiqets for partnering with us on this special event. It was a lot of fun, and we hope that you also had a lot of fun tonight. And if you want to save money, make sure you secure your tickets at Tiqets beforehand.
Okay.
That was unexpected.
Thank you very much, detectives Orkida and Lisa, and to Mona Lux for playing dead so well. Orkida, we had a couple of questions from our audience. A couple of them were unsure how exactly our victim died. So could you sum up for us one more time how the murder took place?
Sure. So the audience has asked us to sum up how the victim died. So the victim was a patient at the Schwanensee Psychiatric Clinic. In the morning at 4 a.m., she drowned in the therapy pool. We found out that she has been poisoned with oxycodone, and this has sedated her. And then she had been tied weights on her foot and has been pushed into the pool, so her lungs kept filling with water, and she basically drowned. That was the reason for her death.
Well done to all of our detectives who helped us work that out. We've had a couple of interesting comments from our audience now. Our murder victim waking up. This murder mystery has just turned paranormal. We still don't know who the criminal is, so at some point we'll have to have the next version of the virtual scare-a-thon murder mystery. But for now, Thank you very, very much to Orkida and Lisa and Mona Lux for being with us. And thank you very much to our fellow detectives who did an excellent job of figuring out this murder with us. Thank you very much, everyone. And we'll see you in our next event of the virtual scare-a-thon. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you, Thank you. Bye.
Bye.